In the heart of Richmond, Virginia, stands a place built on service, built on honor, and built on gratitude. A place where the men and women who once served our nation now find a home built around their needs, their stories, and their sacrifice. This is the Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center. Created by the Commonwealth of Virginia for military veterans who require skilled nursing, memory care, or rehabilitation services, Sitter and Barfoot is more than a medical facility. It is a community of shared experience, brothers and sisters in arms, now sharing daily life, care, and dignity. Here, service never stops. It simply changes form. Those who once stood guard for our country are now surrounded by caregivers, nurses, therapists, families, and fellow veterans who stand watch for them. One of the longtime voices of the facility remembers how the doors first opened and what it was meant to represent.
We opened in 2008. We were the second Veterans Care Center in Virginia. There was one in Roanoke. We were named after 2 Medal of Honor winners with Virginia ties. These veterans were very involved in veteran affairs in Virginia. Colonel Sitter, who was a Marine, won his Medal of Honor at the Chosin Reservoir, and Colonel Barfoot, who was an Army veteran, won his Medal of Honor in Italy. Colonel Barfoot, his citation reads like something from a movie. Sergeant Yorkish, it's so amazing. Single-handedly took out machine gun nests by himself, rounded up 17 prisoners by himself, and this, like I said, was all in Italy. And then even after all of that combat, even including taking out a tank with a bazooka, he helped 2 of his comrades back to an aid station for care. So he was amazing. And he actually was here when we opened the facility, and would always come and visit his guys and gals. It was his place. And so he was always here all the time. And Colonel Sitter won his Medal of Honor at the Chosin Reservoir, which is a famous battle when the Chinese attacked en masse and surrounded him. And he broke out, he and his men broke out and were surrounded. But he broke them out, and then when the enemy counterattacked, he went foxhole to foxhole, spurring the guys on, and they actually held out against a major counterattack.
Named for heroes and now home to heroes, the Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center serves our Virginia veterans with compassion, respect, and a level of care worthy of their service.
My name is Robin Jennings, and I'm the administrator here at Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center. Well, we are a 200-bed skilled nursing facility in Richmond, Virginia. We have multiple amenities for the veterans that reside here, such as a game room, a craft room, a library. We have our own in-house pharmacy, rehab. We have a memory care unit, and we have traditional skilled nursing care units for a short-term rehab and for long-term stay residents.
Every person who works here, from nursing leadership to admissions to therapy to administration, speaks of the veteran not as a number, but as a life and a history and a story of service.
Everyone from our nursing staff to our housekeeping staff to our dietary staff, they all say, when I talk to them, if something's going on, I'm here to serve these veterans. They sacrificed so much for me across all departments. It's not just the nurses, but it's across all departments. They understand. I don't know that it's necessarily been drilled into them, but when you see the same thing and you understand the sacrifices that they had to make, you see those people every single day. It's just really front of mind for everybody.
Working in admissions, it is my responsibility to just kind of review the needs of the veterans that are referred to us, just to make sure that we're able to properly care for them if they do admit, and then kind of coordinate with the families or hospitals in the areas or other healthcare organizations to kind of get everything set up and situated for them to come. When we have veterans that are coming from like hospitals in the area, or sometimes they're even transferring from other nursing facilities in the area, I like to try to go meet them and lay eyes on them so they have a familiar face And then I'll go and check on them maybe the day after they come or a few days later, just to see how they're doing and just to see like the difference in even the way that they appear. Some of them are glowing and smiling and just have like so many good things to say, and some are even just grateful to have been accepted into the facility. It makes you feel good after you've done the work to set everything up for them to come to check on them later and see them happy.
You know, being a nurse, I have that caring nature, you know, that's kind of embedded in my heart and soul. So what better way to give back and to care for people than to care for those that have cared for us? They become our family. And so, you know, just walking in and, you know, them knowing you by name and the interaction, and you get to know their families and you really get to know a lot about them. So, you know, it can be difficult because they are long-term care, and so you really do become attached to the residents, yes.
For most of our families, they're very thankful, and they're very generous to say, you know, thanks for all you do. Thank you for helping my dad. I got an email today from a daughter, you know, can you help my dad call DMV? He never got his ID card. Thank you for what you do and helping my dad. You know, and she's a school teacher, so it's not easy for, you know, her to do that. And she tried, and they blew her away, and are like, you know, well, he needs to call us. Okay, you know, so, you know, I'll bring him in my office and we'll call together, and things along those lines. This is the same little man who will come and bring his hearing aids to me so that I can clean them, because he'll be like, I can't hear so good. And I wear hearing aids, so you know, he knows he can come to me and that I will clean them and change the filters and all of that good stuff, so, and make sure that he can hear good by the time he leaves.
You're like a mother.
I am. It really is. You're like a mother. I have stuff in my office. I have a sewing kit in my office. I have a hearing aid kit in my office. I have a glasses repair kit in my office. All of these things. That it's like, if I can just help you do that and alleviate that, then we're both done. You know, it's just easier for me to just, let's clean your hearing aids and get you on your way. You know, so many people like their glasses, you know, this little screw up here will come out, and I have a box full of glasses that I just use for repairs. Oh, let's see if this screw works. And, you know,
It's a general problem solver.
yes, yeah, and that's kind of, I jokingly say that social workers are fire extinguishers, and that really is what we are. We're the fire. Here's the problem. Let me come with my fire extinguisher, and let's put it out, and let's solve the problem. Yeah.
Finding solutions is a common theme among the staff. Director of Rehabilitation David Manzolino has been finding therapeutic solutions for the patient population since the doors first opened.
So here at Center Barfoot, we have all the disciplines for therapy. We have occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy. Then we have restorative programs. We have a restorative splinting program, exercise, and walking after they're discharged from therapeutic services. And we also have a physiatrist that comes once a month. When she comes, the doctor comes here. She can do injections in shoulders, she can do knees, make referrals to our other physicians for things that will help with their therapy. There's a lot of great stories I could tell. But I won't give his name. I'll just say JR, okay? So when JR came to us, he was basically comatose. He was laying in bed, had a feeding tube, couldn't speak, couldn't move. And we worked with that man for nearly a year. And again, by God's grace, I mean, we facilitated, and he worked hard. He walked out of here. He came back to visit us with his wife just like a month ago, matter of fact, and is walking out without an assistive device, no cane, no walker, nothing. And knowing that, seeing him come back in, walking in, there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better. Sitter and Barfoot is probably one of the best kept secrets in RVA. The problem is most veterans don't know about us. So we cater only to the veteran population, solely to the veteran population. The amenities that we have, the services that we have, the camaraderie that's built here, the family atmosphere, the social networking that we have built here is a step above, and most veterans don't know we're here. So my hope, my prayer, is that more veterans day by day would get to know that Sitter and Barfoot's right here in your own backyard. We're here to serve you, the veteran, and let us show you the difference that we make in your life.
When we return, we hear from the veteran residents and their experiences at the Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center. Inside Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center, every resident carries a lifetime of service. Their voices remind us that the sacrifices of military life don't end the moment you come home. They continue, they echo, they still shape this next chapter of their lives.
Well, I've always been around veterans. I was chaplain for the DAV, VBA, Field in American Legion, so I've always been involved with veterans. Since I'm here, I've been on the food committee, the residence committee. I attend all of my meals in the dining area. I help majority of the veterans with their bibs. Okay, we have Steve that sits across from me. He's blind. I put cream and sugar in his coffee 3 times a day. Eddie that's next to me, he's had pork, so I put cream and sugar in his. And I'm on, I do Bible study afternoon, and I do Tuesdays and Thursdays over in Shenandoah working with the dementia patients. I have art background, so I stay very much involved.
Another veteran describes a different kind of homecoming, one built not around family he knew, but family rediscovered.
My name is Lewis Anderson, and I was in the U.S. Army from 70 to 72. When I got here, I was so amazed and so thankful that God had put me in this place. And I'm glad to be living in a home such as this. The people here are wonderful. This is like being at a resort. We have a pond with ducks, and we have beautiful grounds. We have flowers, we have courts. Everything we need, we have. We have music that comes in constantly. The people here, they're great, and they're very professional, and they care. I just sit sometimes and watch the interaction between them. Watching a nurse or a CNA will take somebody that's immobile and push them to that room. Nobody asks them to do that, but they see it and they react. You see it, you say something, you do something.
One of those CNAs is Marcia Graves, who loves coming to work every day to take care of the veterans and putting smiles on their faces.
When I come in the morning, I make sure the veterans, and I like to say veterans, make sure they are ready for their morning patient care and make sure they are up for breakfast and activities and going to physical therapy, So pretty much that's my role, making sure everything is going smooth for the day. This is the way I want to give back to them, making sure I take care of their needs of anything that, they want or anything that they ask for, and I give all of them a hug in the morning. Look, you see them, right? You see that big smile? Every morning. That's the love that I give to them and attention. Yeah.
For veterans recovering from surgery, illness, or long-term conditions, even small milestones can feel monumental. And for some, therapy becomes truly life-changing.
I spent 20 years, 20 days in the military. I was with White House 9 years, and then I went to Vietnam for a year. I was there at the brigade headquarters, and then went through the 10th offensive there, and then went back to the White House, and then retired. About 2 years ago, I started falling, and so my son and daughter decided, Dad, you better do something about this. So they was instrumental in getting me here at the care center, which has been wonderful. It's just amazing what has happened here. We're doing therapy for the balance. I flourished here.
At the Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center, every day is another chance to stay active, connected, and part of a community. Here, veterans enjoy friendly games, music, crafting, and time with each other in recreation and activity rooms. They gather for Bible study, art sessions, and special events that celebrate their service and stories. In beautiful outdoor courtyards and along walking paths, they share fresh air, laughter, and memories. Because here, activity isn't just something to do. It's a way to live together.
And a special shout out to the girls in activities. If we have time, I really would like to call our names. Do we?
And it's true. Mr. Anderson had a list of over 20 names of various staff members and volunteers that make each and every day special for him and his fellow veteran residents. Up next, we reflect on the legacy, the lives changed, and the profound mission that guides this extraordinary place when Serving Those Who Serve continues. The true impact of the Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center reveals itself, not in statistics or systems, but in the lives changed, the dignity restored, and the meaning rediscovered.
This is absolutely a great place to be, not only to work here, but I think as to be a resident here, I think our veterans deserve the best, and I think this is the best place for them to be. They are around other veterans, and they are around staff who understand somewhat. I mean, not all of us have a military background, but, we get to learn and we get to know about the veteran aspect. So I think this is just a great place for them to be.
I bet you hear some stories.
Yes, we do hear some stories.
My dad was a veteran. Most of my family were veterans. My grandfather, my uncles, all of them. It's very important to me to be able to give back to those that have served us. It just makes me feel really good that I'm providing something and able to give to them for all the sacrifices they have made for us.
The relationships built here have lasting impacts on both the veteran residents and the staff that works to serve them.
It's funny, most of the Navy guys, right? I took one of them on the honor flight to see the World War II Memorial. And I have his picture in my office to this day. And then also have another Navy guy who was a veteran in the Navy during the Pearl Harbor attack. So I have their pictures. They're always going to be the hard part of the job where you lose your friends here, but I'm proud to have known them.
I've been in this field for about 30 years, worked in nursing homes in every possible area you can think of. I have never been to a place like Sitter and Barfoot. And the thing that makes it so special, now we do have great amenities. Every room is a single room, single occupancy. Our activity staff is phenomenal. I mean, we have live music. The therapy, of course, is great. But the veterans really make it special. In my 18 years here, I have met people who hit the beach at Omaha on D-Day and got to know and serve them. I met a guy who was on the West Virginia at Pearl Harbor. Met a guy who was shot in the neck in Korea. left for dead, was able to make it back to the lines with his buddy. So really what makes us different is the clientele that we serve, the real life, everyday heroes that we get to give back to who gave so much to us. And I always tell my staff, if you come here just for a paycheck, this is not the place for you. This is a calling, and we're here to serve.
Every resident carries a lifetime of service. Their voices remind us that the sacrifices of military life don't end the moment you come home. They continue, they echo, they still shape this next chapter of their lives.
You know, I was very fortunate. I had 20 years, 20 days military, and I saw combat in Vietnam. And so I appreciate what these veterans have gone through and know the value that having the care that they get here. Believe me, it's tops.
Everyone that I meet every day is really, really special to me. I care about them, and I get the feeling that they care about me, you know, and that means a lot.
At the Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center, volunteers play a meaningful role in bringing joy and connection to the veterans who call this place home.
I think it's important if the community wants to be involved or get more involved with our veterans, for them to be able to come and volunteer. And types of volunteers that we're looking for that we could use are people who just want to come do one-to-ones with the veterans, read them newspapers, read books with them, just sit and listen to their stories and talk with them. Sometimes help with bingo games or different activities like that that we're doing with the veterans. They can always meet with our activities director, who's head of our volunteer program, who can set up, you know, different things that they would like to do. We could always, if they want to do music with them, or if there are anybody who does entertainment, who wants to come entertain our veterans. They love music. So anybody who's interested in doing something like that also will be very, very beneficial and helpful for our veterans and their quality of life.
They play an important role here.
They play a very important role.
If you feel called to serve those who served us, visit the Virginia Department of Veteran Services website to learn more about current opportunities and how to get started. Because a few hours of your time can make a lasting difference in the lives of our nation's heroes. This is the legacy and the impact of the Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center. Lives strengthened, spirits lifted, and a true sense of home for those who served. For additional information about the Sitter and Barfoot Veterans Care Center and the Virginia Department of Veteran Services, please visit dvs.virginia.gov.